We are taking a break from aggro today. Yeah, sure, I had a lot of fun playing with the Gruul aggro build that I kind of slowly upgraded over time, but today I want to highlight Big Esper and what it could do. I have not test run this specific deck yet, so these are raw matches. These are going to be raw. These are going to be in the opponent's face. Well, we're going to keep the opponent out of our face, more specifically. But I've played a very similar deck to this, and it was brutal for the opponent to go up against. The card draw in this is insane with the Memory Deluge, the Impulses, the Invoke Despairs. Sheoldred can definitely gain life with Invoke Despair, as well as every turn it puts your opponent a little bit further away from victory because of that card draw. So we got the card draw, we have the removal, we have the Gopher Throats, the Infernal Grasp, the Cut Downs, the Void Rends, the Invoke Despairs, the Wandering Emperor. We have all that stuff. Then we have ways to keep opponent stuff off of the battlefield, specifically Fable of the Mirror Breaker with Make Disappears and Dissipates. Yeah, finishers for this deck are going to be Teferi, Temporal Pilgrim, and Blue Sun's Twilight. Yep, we are running with the Blue Sun's Twilight because I think it's really good. I've been beaten by this card a few times, therefore it is worth a craft on this budget account. Allows you to gain control of a target creature with mana value X or less. If X is 5 or more, create a token that's a copy of that creature. So, pretty good stuff. Take your opponent's finishers away from them and use it against them. This is going to be held till very late game. I noticed with Esper, a lot of the times, especially late game, you're wanting to close things out, but sometimes it could be a little bit hard with Teferi, especially if the opponent has removal, and Wandering Emperor, especially if the opponent, again, has removal. So to avoid that, we could actually use our control to find finishers that the opponent has brought to the field. And yeah, this little Gixtaxius looking guy here is going to help us win a bunch of those games. The only other thing I really want to say about this deck, and this is just because I keep getting beat. Uh-oh, where'd it go? It went to the bottom. We don't want that. I'm going to move it over here. Demolition Field. Demolition Field. I've been beat by the land that, what is it called? The Strylix, right? The one that creates those little 1/1 poison guys. Been beat by that a few too many times. So we're definitely running Demolition Fields in here. And if our opponent is playing poison, specifically with white, we're going to be looking for this. We're going to be looking for this with Memory Deluges and with Impulse to get that onto the field. We have a couple of basic lands in here, so we can maybe find those as targets with the Demolition Field. But I don't even care if I fall behind in land. With that card on the field, you cannot win. Getting that off of the field, they have no options. So that's what this thing's for. Also, versing that same white deck, Void Rends are going to get rid of some things. In the sideboard, we have Disenchants. So a couple more ways to get those enchantments off of the field. Yeah. So this is the main deck, but our sideboard is where things get really interesting. A couple of Sheoldred's Edicts, if they have Planeswalkers. Same with the Rona's Vortex. Another 2 copies of Cut Down, just in case they have lots of small creatures. We want to get rid of them. Mono red, for example. Unlicensed Hearse should have 2 copies, and I do. I got those 2 copies right there. That's in case they're playing graveyard shenanigans, start exiling things from the graveyard, as well as 2 Farewells in case they go wide and are still trying to use graveyard shenanigans. We got those Farewells in order to make sure they cannot do that very effectively. 2 Stone Brains. This will almost come in every single game as a 2-of, because once we know what the opponent is playing, we use the Stone Brain to exile their finishers. Yeah, and you get knowledge of their hand too. This is a very good card. I've been sleeping on the card quite a bit, but no, I really shouldn't. This is fantastic. There's really no downside in best of 3. In best of 1, I give this card a 3 out of 10. In best of 3, I give this card at least a 6.5, 7 out of 10. Really good stuff. And also, if we're running into a lot of board presence, a lot of even if we go up against another control deck, this card right here should hold some pretty significant weight in best of 3. White Sun's Twilight. I almost main decked this one, but I think that I'm going to put it on the sideboard, and if I find myself continuing to put this in the deck, no matter what, then we will main deck it for a later time. But wiping the board, creating X11, colorless Phyrexian Might artifact creature tokens. We can even cast this for, like, I don't know, X value of 3 and still get 3 1/1s on the field. They can't block, but being able to get poison counters off on your opponent is still pretty good. I mean, there's so many things you could do with this deck already that I don't want to cloud it up with trying to have this kind of micro strategy of getting poison off on your opponent and taking them out that way. Not for this one. There is another Esper Control build that does do that, and we could talk about that in a further video if this one does well. Lots of likes, lots of subscribers off of this guy. We could jump into that. But honestly, I think that if you're playing Esper Control, you might as well use the things that you already have. And I already had all of these things. This is a budget account. We don't really spend money on this because I wanted to make it a point that you don't have to spend money to play Magic the Gathering Arena. You won't be able to chase the hype. You won't be able to chase the cards that all the things you see on YouTube, but you're still going to be able to win, especially if you play well, right? And that's what this channel is dedicated to. Therefore, I stick to my gut. I do not spend money on the game, only very rarely. And I continue to rack those W's. All right. Let's get into some matches and see how this bad boy does. I really enjoyed playing a similar build to this, but I really want to see how Blue Sun's Twilight does for us in this particular build. So far, just to jump in here, we had some really crazily bad mana bases. Woohoo, it's been bad. But looks like we actually have a real mana base here. The video may commence here. Here we go. The start of the video. Oh, I've been recording for a while. Takes a long time to get through an Esper match. It really does. Gotta be nice and patient. Treat her nice. Nice and slow. Okay. Pass. We're fine just sticking around, hanging out, having a good time, letting opponent play some stuff. There's another Harvester. Okay, we'll let it go. On turn 3, I was expecting him to punish us for having a Dissipate, but he didn't. Seems to really like the Harvester though, so we'll try to remove it, target it. It goes away. Demolition Field! But we do need to get this down so that we have Dissipate up for the Fable of the Mirror Breaker, which will inevitably come down very soon. Yeah. Maybe I'm throwing a little too much salt there, but hey, it's magic. The Shuffler don't make you salty. I don't know how much patience you have. You are a stoic to the core. There it is. See, I told you. Had to get that blue down. Yeah. We'll take the 3 here. Unfortunately, we really can't do that again, but we can Wandering Emperor on the opponent, or on our turn. Exile the Harvester, gain some life, give the opponent a target that he has to deal with immediately. Or we could do it on his turn and have the Wandering Emperor for the preceding turn. But I don't see him having anything with haste. Maybe he's Shieldred's Edicts. Maybe we make this awkward. Let's make it awkward for him. Let's make it awkward. Yeah.
Feel the energy
Choppy
of
chop.
battle, then guide it. You are not much of a roadblock.
Just want it to be awkward. Corpse Appraiser. Good card. Gets to choose a card now. Not our favorite, but we do have Teferi Temporal Pilgrim in hand. Yeah. Just making a Samurai here. We could just make a Samurai. Do a go for the throat, kill the Appraiser. Let's try to keep it alive. Let's try to keep
Show
it
them
alive.
how we
have the
greet
mana
our
to
enemies.
sack the demolition field and then go for Throat. Try to make his play as awkward as possible. Shelly! Whale. Alright, forget the demolition field. Kill it. Good. Kill it. He went to my turn really quickly. Draw. It's a good one. Not quite what we wanted,
Let
but
your
hey.
blade do the talking.
Don't see any basics. Should we do a basic check on him? Get red off of the field indefinitely. We know he's going to have black. We know he's going to have blue. But if I sack this now, maybe he doesn't have any basic reds. Let's see. He doesn't have any basic reds. That is actually pretty good to know. And we get a cut down. We could have just stranded a Fable in his hand. He goes for a Shieldred's Edict. Is that an instant? It is. But he probably didn't want me creating a samurai. Okay, we're looking pretty good here. We're ahead in cards. There's an Appraiser. Do we try to dig out a well, we know that he doesn't. No, wait, he did have the black mana. We want the Emperor, and we probably want Marsh. Corpse Appraiser comes down. Probably the other Corpse Appraiser, and that's what he chooses. Or he's looking at it at least. I guess he did. Alright, no reason to do anything. We are the deck that relaxes. We're the Lebowski. We need to find it. We need to find our counter. We did not. Okay. Perfect stop. And we'll cut down. We will wait, and then we will cut down. Yeah, we'll take 3. Kill that. Invoke Despair would be brilliant right now, wouldn't it? It would eliminate that Corpse Appraiser. It would eliminate that Fable. I could Twilight here, but I don't really see the point because we want that to be 5 or greater. We want to take a finisher, and that, in my opinion, is not a finisher. Let's just get a little bit further ahead on cards. And that handles Fable of the Mirror Breaker brilliantly. Mana for turn. Shieldred! That's what we want to do. That's what we want to take. We'll draw. Okay, we'll take 2. We will then play this card. We will then play this. We want to do 4. Because we don't want to create a copy of the Shieldred. We just want to take his Shelly. Pretty good card. I like it. Taking an Atraxa would be, like, brilliantly broken. Uh-oh. Opponent, the pause, the wait. What do you got? Look at his card, so he is there. Serpent. Fine. Discard a card. How about a land? You draw a card. You lose 2 life. Plays mana for turn. We should probably take this. Yeah, no blocks. Oh, we should have blocked it because we just drew our own. There, Teferi. Roar!
Don't feel bad when you lose. I'm quite a tough opponent. I
create
eyes
that.
everywhere.
We will swing. So I should have probably swung first. I was actually kind of just debating not swinging there. But to ferry into Wandering Emperor on the same phase, the same turn. Not the same exact turn. Opponent's turn. My turn to ferry. Opponent's turn, Wandering Emperor. That's pretty strong. That's pretty solid stuff. Okay, let's go for the throat. Happens. I allow it. He's down to no cards, and I'm pretty sure he scoops very soon. There's a serpent. There's the Emperor.
Finally.
Yep, that's it.
I'm home.
That is it. Disenchants can come in. Make disappear still, I think, are good. That's good. Deluge and our own Shelly. We go down on those. We also put the Brain Stone in here. We want to get rid of Invoke Despairs and Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Cut down seems a little bit weak. And maybe we also drop a Depopulate. I think that looks good. I think that looks really good. And welcome to game 2. Hope you're sat back and relaxed. Hope you're enjoying the video. Okay. Shipwreck Marsh. Harvester comes out. Man, oh man. I don't know what it is with opponents drawing the exact same very nice cards every turn. Now we got to be taking 3 to the face because we don't know whether that Fable of the Mirror Breaker is coming, and we do have a Make Disappear. So, yeah. Oh, Fable really changes the way that you play things. It really does. Because if I remove this Harvester right here, yeah, sure, I'll remove the Harvester. I don't take the damage, but him getting that Fable and Mirror Breaker down, I have to have 2 more cards to get rid of it. Make Disappear on a Fable is kind of like killing 2 cards. Very slow opponent. Jostling around the mic just a little bit. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Aha. So, you play the Harvester before your turn starts. Okay. You know what? I'm going to let that go. Because we still have to think about Fable. Always be thinking Fable. Always be thinking, oh, what's the other one? Oh yeah, Invoke Despair. That's the other broken card. Okay. End turn. Ridge comes out. Definitely got the red in a little bit stronger than the last game. Do we take 3 here? I think so. Goes to my turn. So, oops. Another Make Disappear. Wow. Okay. So we have counters for days, boys. Mana. Swings. I'll let that through again. Uh-huh. Dude, are you just never going to do anything? Here, Void Rend on the Harvester. How about that? Yeah, that's what I thought. It's acting like he has a counter in hand, though. Another Void Rend. I actually will take that. We're hoping to see, like, a Shelly here. That'd be really nice. Oh, see, that's why you have counters in your deck. Yuck. Get it out of here. Stop doing that. Mana. I'm fine with mana. We need our card draw, though. We need to draw cards really badly. We have enough to hold the opponent back, and we do have one of the finishers of this deck in hand, but opponent needs to play something that's not garbage. I should take that back. Opponent has a really good deck. There we go. You know what's funny is I could make him pay more for it, to where he has no mana and this and that, but we let it go. We let it hit the field. What else you got? He could do something else. That's probably the blood holding him up. We are finally back after ropes for days. Ropes for days. Resolve it. That's totally fine. Let's do this for 4. There we go. Grab the Shilly. Negate. We're going to another rope, guys. There's no way he doesn't rope me every single turn. Hey, no rope this time. Impressive. Mana. He is actually still there. Oh, and he gets card advantage too. Fable. Oh boy. That's not the best. But we'll go here. And we'll probably go here now. We don't want him getting any benefit off of the Fable. We do have 2 mana up for Make Disappear. But we haven't drawn anything that draws us more cards. That is quite insane. Yuck. Yeah, just enough mana to not have to spend any. Or to be able to cast it with Make Disappear in hand. Bank Buster. That's a counter. Swings in. We're down to 2. We do get an Infernal Grasp. Let's go out our own way. Let's get it over with. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now that we've seen more of his deck, man, we still, in this whole matchup, we haven't drawn anything that draws us cards. It's pretty rough. Twilight could be a nice finisher. It could also apply pressure to the board state. We do want to keep these in here. And I think since our opponent plays creatures, we could actually go down to 1 Shieldred. It's just a... Oh, by the way, I got a Shieldred. Depopulate, still looking pretty okay. Probably going down 1 Make Disappear, since these matches take a while. And he'll probably have his mana base built up. 2 high where Make Disappear isn't going to be great. It's really in there for turn 3 on Fable. Well, we took the first one. Opponent took the second match. All white mana. Nope. Hey. Ah. Going from 2 white mana to 1 blue-black mana. Not looking good. Man. Oh, man. This is... Thanks, Arena. Thank you, Shuffler. I really do appreciate you. I really do. Yeah, they both come in tapped as well. It does happen. We might be able to play around this. Hey, we got our second mana. That's good. We do have things we can do. And if we get to 4 lands, Memory Deluge can help us out. Help us get to the things we need. We do get our 4th land. You. Now. Show all. And let's look for that serpent thing. Blood Coil Serpent. I think that's the name of it. Hand. He doesn't have any. He has a handful of land, a cut down, and a corpse appraiser. There they are. Awesome. Draws a card. I think we're okay for a little while here. We might be able to get away with having such a garbage hand. And we do know how to draw lands. Should have kept the one where we had one land. Right? We would have drawn the other lands. 25 in deck, and the shuffler just would not give us any for really this whole match. There's a Corpse Appraiser, as the opponent is wont to do. We're going to go down and grab a Wandering Emperor and an Infernal Grasp, I believe. Start to fill our hand up a little bit. What's he got in his hand that's interesting? Nothing that we can see. Okay. End turn. He swings in with 2. That's 6 damage. There's Invoke Despair. We're going to try to counter this. We cannot. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I think we grab this. We have to let that resolve. It's really a shame. Can never find those counters. Kill it. Emperor. Okay. He's probably got his second Invoke Despair, and then we just die. There's Sheldred. That's close enough to death. Discards a card, draws a card. Smart timing. Swings in. We Emperor here. And exiling the Appraiser. Gaining life. Popping the Shelly. Drawing a card. Mana. Not bad. Not bad at all. We'll go ahead and drop this Wandering Emperor off just to get our Samurai down. Cut down. We Emperor. Yeah, that was kind of
I'm not overconfident. You know, you're just under. Remember your training.
Just a flash move right there. Really need to keep some pressure on the field. Okay, kills the Shelly. Very nice. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have enough to do cool things with White Sun's Twilight yet. Okay, I'll let you drop the Shelly. Goes to my turn before my turn even begins. We'll kill the Shelly. Void Rend. It would be nice to draw land. I can't believe we kind of made it to this point in the video, though, for this match in particular. Let's drop our own Shelly. Yeah, let's swing first. He might try to remove this. He does not. Let's drop our own Shelly. We're going to ping ourselves for 1, and let's try to get back into this game. Only one more. One of the Shellys are in the deck right now, but we drew it when we needed it. I cannot believe we got around that terrible, terrible hand. Mulligan twice and still had garbage. But hey, magic, magic. It happens. No playables. No playables we don't keep. Make Disappear, Memory Deluge, Infernal Grasp, Demolition Field. Okay, this is fine. I think we are dumping the Marsh, probably. Yeah, dump the Marsh off. Start here. Into Demolition Field. This is a fine hand. Unlike the last round. If you guys were there for that. Woohoo, baby. Bad stuff. Bad stuff. Looks like we're facing aggro. Okay. And we definitely want to hold up our Make Disappear. Mountain. Bankbuster. I didn't expect to see Bankbuster with Bloodthirsty Adversary. Maybe like a big red kind of deck. With 158 cards? Huh. In best of 3. What is he up to? Guess we're gonna find out. 4 cards in hand. Or we won't. I've never seen a good big deck like this. Okay. Fine. Swings. We grasp the adversary to get that repeated damage off. Now he has to spend 1 to cast a Ronin every turn. I'm okay with that. Depopulate. Okay. We move to the opponent's turn. The only thing that... Well, it really depends. Like, if we want to go down and seek a removal spell or a counter spell like we do now, then we impulse. Actually, we cannot do the counter that we wanted to do, but Shelly actually makes Fable a lot weaker. So we're going to grab this Shelly. If he wins, I take back everything I said about big decks like this. No, I don't. These are terrible. Don't do this. Okay. Mana for turn, which is fine. We shield rid the Apocalypse. Yeah. Take your damage. Next thing you cast has one more 1/1 counter on it. He chooses a Celestus. And he probably puts a Ronin down, swings in. Now, he probably has a Play with Fire in hand. So, we don't want to block. Well, or you could just... What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, cut downs. I am not putting the Stone Brain in this deck. Maybe this is just a guy that has played Stone Brain way too many times and he's just like, you know what? He will never know what I'm going to play. Never know. What a trooper. What a champ. A hero among men. Definitely want all of our removal stuff. For some reason, Go for Throat was broken there. Seems like it. It's weird. We're going to go down 1 on Teferi. We're going to go... No, we're keeping all 3 Shellys in here. We'll go down 1 in Memory Deluge. I think this game's going to be a little bit too fast for Memory Deluge. Alright. Mekram. A hero. Wow. Hello. That's a lot of land. That's not many answers to anything, but we do have a Depopulate. I think we keep this. Yeah, we know the opponent is very quick to scoop, which is what we like to see. Dumps a card off, mulliganing 1. Mountain, Phoenix check. Okay. The things you see in the arena. If you told people, they wouldn't believe you. Mishra's Research Desk. Okay, that's a good combination with a big deck, for sure. Still very little idea of what he's actually doing. So, yeah, that costs 1 to do the thing, and he's going to do it. Exile top 2. What is it? Choose one of them? Yeah. Choose 1. Exile it. It's another Mishra. Okay. I could counter this, but, like, why? No mana for the opponent. He's probably looking for mana. He exiles a mana, so I should have probably countered that. There's another one. Third one. 160 card deck, 170 card deck draws all 3 Mishra Research Desks. Of course you would. Goes to my turn. Pass. Depopulate's almost there. Mechanized Warfare. I will counter that. Sorry. I love how he has such a big deck and he still gets, like, the things he needs. The shuffler is fine. We're just gonna move along. I would say the longer this game goes, the better off we are. But I do not know what the guy is doing, so maybe not. Unearth it? Sure. Doing it now. Digging down deeper. What's he get? He gets probably these two. He's probably gonna go with the Ronin. And then he plays said Ronin. Okay. A couple of different things we could do here. I think the best move is to cut down this Ronin. He swings in for 1. We are going to disenchant. Nah. Do we disenchant that? I think so. I don't know what other targets we're going to have for it. But that means he only gets a 1 damage off and we don't have the map. Another cut down. It would be nice to draw a draw card thing. Like anything to like look through our library a little bit. Kind of the whole point of those cards being in here. Oh. Whenever he attacks, deals 1 damage to each up to 1 target creature, up to 1 target player, and or up to 1 target planeswalker. Well, we just won't let it attack. That seems like a real pain in the butt. What set is that from? Yeah. Okay. Swings. Kill it. Oh, we'll ping ourselves with the damage. Teferi. Let's see if this is just a scoop. I don't think he can really do anything about
the entire
this.
multiverse is at stake.
From what I've seen,
nice to see a familiar face.
He's just trying to go big with red. Okay, he can do something about it because even with this huge deck, he's still drawing the things he needs. Okay, exiling a land or effigy. Probably going with a land. He doesn't really have much of an option. Hey, we drew a thing that does things. Perfect. Perfect draw right here with the Memory Deluge. Mishra's Research Desk. Okay. He's running out of steam, though. I'm about to, you know, get some steam. Going with Brotherhood's End. Okay, we'll just have to make sure not to play creatures for a minute. Okay. Goes to my turn. That's perfect. Shieldred. Teferi and Shieldred. We can't play either of those this turn, though. Mostly because Brotherhood's End is there. Mishra's Research Desk, you may play on your until the end of your next turn. Okay. Well, countering that. Oh, that's Kamano's Faces Kakazan. I'm having flashbacks to Fable. Kamano Faces Kakazan is completely fine. Okay. Goes to my turn. Oh, I didn't realize that was the opponent's turn. We should have definitely Memory Deluged there. But, you know, beggars and choosers. He's got 1 card. It cannot be the 1 card he needs. Right? Draws into his 2nd card. It would be impossible for him to have drawn the perfect card, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. I'm just making sure, Shuffler. Yeah. Come on in. And we're going to actually deluge on this turn because I kind of want to find a land. There's a land. There's the disenchant. And we're going to actually disenchant this right now. I know it's weird, but what else can he have? Right? He's just playing probably just all the standard red cards. That's what I'm thinking he's doing. He just slammed all the standard red cards into one deck. And it's just like, yeah, put 40 lands in here, and probably needs more like 60, 70 lands in here to make that good. Adversary, what do you get? Brotherhood's End? That wouldn't do it. Nothing would do it. Yeah, I have no idea what that guy was doing. None. But hey, it gets us a Diamond Rank 3. This is the last match. Good mana base. Void Rend. Okay. Love the land. That's why we're keeping this. This is probably not the best one to keep. If this guy's playing aggro, we're just probably dead. Mountain. Thrill of Possibilities. He had a slow start as well. Another land. Love to see it. You love to see it. Another land. Wow. Okay. Well, we won't struggle for land anytime soon. Felden. Kill it. Yeah, that's what I thought. We don't like that card around here. We might actually do okay keeping that crazy hand against aggro. Jay, never mind.
Of course you should fight fire with... Go on. Impress me.
So... we will have to remember that. Come on out with Sheoldred, the Apocalypse. And move on. Jaya is a problem. Berate. He gets +1/+1 on this little monk dude. He plays with fire on it. I kill that monk. He plays with fire, puts it on top of the stack, and yeah, that's a lot of cards just to keep your little 1/1 guy with prowess. Creating another one. We're probably wanting board wipes in this. Can't really do a whole lot about that. But he has really low on cards. 8. Whenever you cast a red or instant spell, copy it twice. You may choose new targets for the copy. It's very good. But we will go on to the opponent's turn. Yeah, there's another one. Man, just like
no
little
match for
rats
my
filling up the
students.
field. Just disgusting. Shivan Devastator. All right, for 5. Swings. Emperor. We're going to have the minus here, and we have to hit that.
Battle, then guide it like... You are not much of a roadblock.
Void Rend is great. We're going to actually create our little dude
I'll
here.
be back.
Guards,
And we're going to kill Jaya on opponent's turn. Not
you can
the
tell
strongest
everyone
position
you
we could be
beat
in.
the
In
Jaya
all
Ballad.
honesty. I hate that card. I hate it so much. Kill that. Kill that. Down to 9. Copy. When this enters the battlefield. Uh-oh. Opponent. Hello, friend. Yep, I do want to confirm that. Now, these should create copies. They do not. Why? When it enters... Oh, it's already in the battlefield. This should enter the battlefield, though. I think we just hold back. We get back into this. No, we can't. Because the opponent has exactly what he needs. Right. Down to 2. Teferi doesn't get us out of this. Nothing gets us out of this. That's an interesting line on that.
You know, I've always got time to fight evil.
Yep, might as
that
well just
handsome
concede now. Ugh. Oh, man. Definitely wish I put some counter spells in the sideboard here. He's going wide, though. He's going very wide. Farewells come in. Cut downs come in. Disenchants come in. Shieldred's Edicts and the Rona's Vortex. We're getting rid of all of the slow stuff. 2 of these. We're getting rid of 2 of these. Actually, just all 3 of those. We don't need it. Not for this matchup. Depopulates definitely need. Shelly, we need. 1 to Fairy goes away. He might have just gotten super, super lucky there, too. 1 go for Throat, and... what else? We'll keep 1 to Fairy. We have to have a finisher. We will play first. So already advantage us. Definitely River here. And we have cut downs held up. We have Rona's Vortex held up. We are 1 mana away from the Rona's Vortex to put a Planeswalker on the bottom of the opponent's library. That would be nice. Didn't really get quite what we wanted, but we have a really good hand for what we're facing. There's Felden. And we find a target for cut down on turn 2. Good stuff. Now we hold Dissipate. Jaya costs 3, right? Shivan Devastator. I'm going to let that resolve, actually. And then we're going to cut it down. Yep. Next move. My turn. Mana for turn. That's perfect. And then we just pass back. Yeah, we just have removal. Devastator. Okay. For 2. Looks like the opponent got a little bit mana screwed here. That's what happens whenever you only play like 10 mana. I know how you aggro players play. I was just playing an aggro deck. Check it out. Nice little pump. Gruul aggro stuff. Did a series on it. Play with fire? Fine. Teferi cannot play. We're kind of stuck on lands as well. Even though we run 25 in the deck. Mana! He found it. There's a Stormseeker. We dissipate. Get it out of here. Make it go bye-bye. Demolition Field. Real bad for this matchup, but my god, is it average for having your 5th land to cast. It's a very temporal pilgrim. Yes, sir. Try to get around that.
Past better than me.
Just give him something to try to get around. He can't do it. That makes me think that we want to add these 2 guys back. Really does. Everything else worked really, really well. Probably go down 1 of these and 1 of these. Actually, we got the 2 Depopulates just to Fairies. He seems to like hate that card. So we're going to take advantage of that hate. See, best of 3 is all about mind games. Mind games. We are on the draw, so we have to remember that. Disenchant looks fine. They make disappear. Shieldred's Edict. Void Rend. All looks fine, especially if we could get our white land, which we inevitably draw what we need. That's all you need to do to make Magic easy, is draw the things that you need. And of course, you always draw the things you need, right? Go ahead and end turn. Let's see what he tries to do. Adversary. We could counter that, but I think we make him sack here. No, we will take 2. We will make this appear. As said, we will be taking 2 here. Puts us down to 16. But that's really not good enough for the opponent. It's probably not what he wanted to see, that counter. Okay, 4 mana. What do you got? Thrill of Possibility. Okay, that's fine. Discards a card, draws 2 cards. Swings in. Why don't you sacrifice that? Okay, cool. I take no damage. Interesting. Devastator, huh? As a 1-drop. Okay. Okay. Chandra, dressed to kill. Look at you.
Oh, I've never crashed a wedding like
You're looking
this
so good I
before.
could kill you.
Come on, Chandra.
Gone.
I know you can do better. We should all follow our hearts.
Burn down the house is very good. And he has a mana to cast it. We do get to make this appear. Oh, wait, no. That's only for that one turn. Oh, okay. We're fine then. You're down to one card. I probably get rid of his field next turn. See what he wants to do here, though. Yep, easy stuff, man. I'm telling you, easy stuff. Just don't let your opponent play. This is how you beat aggro, guys. This is it. And now you Teferi once they run out of cards.
The entire multiverse is at stake.
Rawr.
I won't back. Who's that handsome devil?
Let's see. Gets rid of the Planeswalker. We
Oh,
wanted to
sure,
draw
that
cards off of that,
happens
so
later.
that's a shame. But we draw a Wandering Emperor. That's a good card, I heard. Yeah. Going to start poking away at the opponent. He draws a mountain, as he's wont to do. Shivan, Devastator. Totally 100% fine. Swings in for 5. He gets a Wandering Emperor, and he scoops. He's going to scoop.
Finally.
Yeah, there's nothing
I'm
to
home.
do. Nothing. Okay, so we got some rink going on. We got up to Diamond to Tier 3. Exciting stuff. That's when the matches start to become a little bit more difficult. So let's go to the post-game wrap and talk about this bad boy. What to do with it? What to do? Esper Control, baby. It's good. It does some crazy stuff. Now, let's look at this. Let's think about what we talked about at the beginning of the video. In the intro, we talked about whether we were going to... We're going to talk about whether White Sun's Twilight was going to make main deck or remain a sideboard piece. I'm thinking for now it is still just a sideboard piece. It's not bad. Like, I really enjoy this card, but I want to win games. So I want to put this dude in the sideboard because it's so slow. I think Farewell might be a little bit stronger than White Sun's Twilight, but if you really can't get the damage off on your opponent, they have like a lot of removal, then you're going to want to play White Sun's Twilight. This is really good in mirror matches, you know, whenever you're going up against other control builds. We don't see a whole lot of control builds right now, though, so it's not as powerful. Talking about the rest of this stuff. Invoke Despairs. Whenever I was playing this, before recording, Invoke Despair did a lot of work for this deck, but it didn't in this recording. That's not to say that it's not good in here. We always seem to have the mana base for it. It's able to draw those cards. We had a lot of trouble drawing cards in these matches. That is just because it's such a small sample size. That is literally it, because I usually have a full hand with this deck because 4 Memory Deluges, 2 Impulses, 3 Invoke Despairs. Blue Sun's Twilight did a lot of work for us. It helped out quite a bit, especially in sort of mirror matches with Shelly being the highlight of those decks, and that was the only time we were able to really do it. But a lot of the times, we're able to remove the opponent's win conditions anyway, and it's hard to get the Blue Sun's Twilight into our hand, or at least it was in these matches, mostly because we weren't able to get Memory Deluges or Impulses or Invoke Despairs. None of the things that allow us to draw cards. So, yeah, that's just small sample size problems. But we were able to easily handle mono red. We were able to easily handle whatever the hell that big 170 card deck was. And we were easily able to handle what was it? Grixis? Was that a Grixis deck? I think so. I'm going to have to go back and review it, but I'm pretty sure it was Grixis. We were easily able to handle that as well. Like, this deck, if you know what you're countering, if you know what you're removing, it does pretty decent. You know, there were a couple of matches that did not make this video where it would just be like 0 lands in hand, mulligan, 1 land in hand, mulligan, 7 lands. Oh, okay, mulligan. Mulligan and scoop. You know, that tends, I don't know why it seems to happen more often whenever you're playing a control build, but it does. Maybe it's because that stuff's that much more important. You have to have a pretty you have to have an okay hand to start, right? Like you have to have some sort of go for throws. It's really nice to have a counter in hand. It's really nice to have a draw cards. Like if you're playing mono red, you have like 1 land and 3 1-drops. You're like, yeah, I'll probably keep this, you know. But for Esper, you would just die immediately. So there, it has to be better rounded. We didn't go up against that poison deck at all in these rounds. So Demolition Field just kind of sat there, but we need it whenever we need it. And that's the point of Esper Control. Having the things that you need when you need them. Not just, you have to have answers for everything. Sheldred answers mono red. Cut Down answers mono red. Make Disappear answers Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Depopulate answers a lot of the poison stuff and token decks and all that stuff that you see out there. Wandering Emperor handles graveyards. Teferi handles everything. Except for a counterspell. Counterspell definitely beats Teferi. But especially with the amount of aggro that we have in here, in Standard now, I've sculpted this deck specifically to fight that. And lo and behold, we went up against a lot of it today. We really did. And I'm going to keep playing, but after the recording, my voice is going to get a little bit raw if I keep going on the recording. And I'm sure you guys don't want to sit there and watch a 4-hour video. So I'm a cutout here. But this deck did well. I like the deck. I do like the deck. In the matches that we played, we won all 3. Even though we had kind of sloppy hands and this and that, thanks to the shuffler. Good stuff indeed. We were still able to pick out the wins. We were still able to pick off the opponent. Slowly whittle them away to nothing, play Teferi. That's the whole point of this deck. Whittle your opponent down, play Teferi. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel to see more videos. Mostly standard stuff in Magic the Gathering Arena, but we specifically are building an account out for free to play or nearly free to play. Nearly free to play, because I do buy the pre-bundles. Yeah, the pre-order bundle things. Yeah, the pre-release. That's what they're called. The pre-releases. I do buy those. But for the most part, this account is 100% free to play, and we want to collect everything in here. We want all of it. All of the stuff. We also want to be very competitive, even though our opponents generally spend more money than we do. It's been a lot of fun doing this. I've really enjoyed it. I'm glad you guys have joined me for the journey. So again, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.